Mr. Chairman, I appreciate this, and thank all of you for being here today. Ms. Reese, let me ask you something. I'm still concerned about this overstay. And one of your other panelists has noted in her written remarks that the visa waiver program tourist overstay issue remains. The GAO tells us that 43% of VWP tourists make up the overstay population in the U.S. So 43% of all the overstay population in the U.S. comes from the visa waiver program, is what this is asserting. Would you agree with that, yes or no?
No, as I stated earlier,
So,
it is around 2%.
No, but she's saying of all the overstay. So that's inclusive of all the other programs as well. But you brought us a number of 2%. Now, can you tell me what that number is? I mean, 2% of what?
I wasn't able to get all that while I was on the phone.
Okay, so you don't know if it's 2% of a million, 2% of 100,000. Okay, but can you get that for us?
I will take that question back.
I yield.
Would the gentleman yield? The number is 20 million people per year. 2% comes out to 400,000 per year overstaying their visas under the visa waiver program.
Okay, and I'll reclaim my time. Tell me, do you know what the average overstay is, what the average length of time the overstay is?
I don't. That's going to vary. Because
but
even if it's one day, it's an
averages
overstay.
don't vary. An average.
I don't have that information.
Okay, can you get me that information? In other words, of all the overstay, of that 2% of the, what was it, 400,000, of the 400,000, the average overstay is 3 months, is 6 months, is 9 months, whatever it is. And then also I'd like to know the longest. I mean, have you got somebody who's been on that list, that overstay list, for 3 years or 5 years? But most importantly, and I hope you can answer this here today, you should be able to, what are we doing about it? What are we doing about those people who are on that overstay list?
So when you become an overstay, you have a final removal order, and ICE, which is an agency, Immigration Customs Enforcement Agency within citizenship, not customs, within DHS is responsible for removing those individuals.
So you turn it over to ICE, and ICE goes and looks for them?
Yes, ICE is the responsible agency to remove overstays.
Okay, can you tell me what ICE is doing about it? Are they out looking for them right now as we speak?
Every single day.
Every single day they're out looking for this person?
Absolutely. And they're prioritizing those that are national security and public safety concern first, because that's in the interest of the United States.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What can we do to help you? What can we as Congress do to help you with this problem? Tell me. Tell me what we can do.
I'm sure ICE has a long list of ways that you can help, and I'm sure they would be very encouraged to be asked that question.
You know, I'm bothered that I just pass it off to ICE. It ain't my problem anymore. It's their problem.
No, I'm not trying to pass it off at all, sir. I just don't want to I want to give you a complete and comprehensive answer. It is a great question. We thank you for asking that question.
Okay, all right. Let's shift gears here. Let's talk about ESTA, the Electronic System for Travel Authorization. It's an automated web-based system used to determine an alien's eligibility to travel without a visa in the United States for tourism or business. Is this the only place in the United States, or do other countries have this type of program? Are we the only ones with this type of program?
It's a reciprocal program, so you United States citizens don't need a visa when we're traveling to VWP countries as well.
So it is a reciprocal program with the other 38 countries?
Yes. And
so they have an ESTA as well. And you can fill...
I was going to say they might call it something else, but yes.
But it's basically the same thing. And you can fill that application out online, correct?
For some countries, yes.
You can just fill it. So once you're issued that ESTA, how long is it good for?
It's typically good for 2 years.
2 years. Do you think that needs to be tightened up?
So we have the ability to change the ESTA validity period today, but the important thing to remember is an ESTA is actually recurrently vetted. So for the validity period of 2 years, if anything changes, if someone ends up on the terrorist watch list, for example, we know real time and we will revoke or deny that ESTA application.
I understand that, but 2 years is a long period of time.
Well, a business tourist visa is 10 years, and every 2 years, we're going to get that
But two
individual's
wrongs don't make a
information
right. I mean, come on now. Just don't give me an answer saying, well, this is even worse.
Well, I think the fact that we're currently vetting is going to determine whether somebody becomes a national security concern. We get that information real time, and we're able to take an action on it.
Okay, Mr. Chairman,
Gentleman's
yield
time's
back.
expired. The chair's